Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10,
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I do this for the champions. Wake up, roll, work for the stamina. Slip left, counter right, cross standing up. Body shots got him looking like he can't get up. Uppercuts got him looking like he ain't that tough. You gonna need an ice pack and some help back up. This will come after. The showdown goes down, dropping down, pound for pound, for coach rounds and the 13th round.
By fans, this is the 13th round, where we discuss all things boxing that are boxing. And this week, we will give you the full fight card for the Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol fight on October 12th. Also, we will give you the latest and greatest in boxing news, and we will open up the phone lines to get your opinion on Shakur Stevenson's big move and inking his deal with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. But before we get started, be sure that you hit that like button. Shane Mosley Jr. parts ways with Golden Boy Promotions and is now a free agent. All right. Shane Mosley Jr. has parted ways with Golden Boy Promotions and is now a free agent. Shane Mosley Jr., the middleweight son of Hall of Fame namesake, is no longer under the Golden Boy Promotions banner, according to a press release Mosley's team issued on August 20th. I want to thank Golden Boy Promotions for everything they've done for me over the years. They've been instrumental in getting me to where I am today, and I am excited for what the future holds as a free agent, Mosley Jr. stated. I will be watching the Irislandi Lara versus Danny Garcia fight very closely. I want the winner, but I'm ready for any of the champions in the 160-pound division. I've worked hard to get here, and now it's time to take advantage of all that hard work. Shane is in a very incredible position right now, said his manager, Mike Lenardi, who is also the CEO of Victory Sports Entertainment. And as a top contender in all sanctioning bodies, we have a lot of options on the table. Our goal is to secure the biggest fights possible and bring Shane a world title opportunity in the near future. So, big shout out to Shane Mosley Jr., and we will see where he lands. You know, he might go over with Eddie Hearn. Everybody seeing Eddie Hearn seems to be reeling everybody in. It'll be interesting to see where Shane Mosley lands. Pro Box. Big shout out to the people. First of all, we got to shout out the people over at Pro Box TV. So, in a light week of boxing action, let's praise the Wednesday night fight cards brought to us by Pro Box TV. They have picked up the slack and then some as the successor to Showbox and a many other host of regional cards. In the main event Wednesday night, former unified champions Jarrett Hurd and Jason Rosario fought for relevancy and a future in the middleweight division. Neither man got the answers that they were looking for, as Jarrett Hurd and Jason Rosario fought to a split decision draw. Jarrett Hurd and Jason Rosario fight to a draw. All right, we got to give credit to the judges in this fight. I thought they did a wonderful job. I thought it was a very entertaining fight. Both fighters probably could have put out a little bit more. When they go back and watch the film, they'll probably be kicking themselves because they probably both could find rounds where they could have just did a little bit more to win the rounds because they were very close rounds. Both Jarrett Hurd and Jason Rosario won on two of the judges' scorecards. Jason Rosario won on one card, 96-94, and Jarrett Hurd won on another scorecard, 96-94. And then the third judge scored the fight even at 95-95. Therefore, we got a split draw. Jarrett Hurd, he's 33 years old, and Rosario is even younger. He's 29. Neither one held back in the ring in their careers. And with this being 2024, you can see the wear and tear and tough losses showed in what the pair had left to offer Wednesday night. Hurd fought behind a solid jab at times, but he didn't follow up the lead with much combination punching. Rosario has always been an offensive-minded operator and wanted to press the action. He couldn't always make that happen, and the judges generally prefer a fighter who's moving forward. With Jarrett Hurd successfully holding Rosario off, he had the fight within his grasp, but he couldn't muster the effort. I mean, look, the fight was right there for Jarrett Hurd to win. And it was just like, instead of winning the fight, Jarrett Swift Hurd decided to not lose the fight, if you understand what I'm saying. He kind of played it safe. And, sometimes you got to still win the fight. The fight is still going on. That fight was close. He played it safe and allowed Jason Rosario back in the fight. That fight ended up a draw. Both guys will be back. I think we will see both Jason Rosario and Jarrett Hurd again. Nevertheless, I'm saying that because that division is really not a strong division at all. So they both can kind of still get relevant fights. And I look to see Jarrett Hurd or Jason Rosario be the B-side against a fighter like Austin Williams or a Troy Isley or Aaron McKenna. We will see how that plays out. Phone lines will be open after this quick message from James Lights Out Tony.
Yo, what's up? This is James Lights Out Tony, the one only. Please go subscribe to Ron's Bicycle Club. My people, great people. I guarantee you go to the gym, check them out. Lights out, baby, all day, every day.
Shakur Stevenson signs with Matchroom.
Eddie Hearn and Matchroom are delighted to announce the signing of one of boxing's biggest megastars in Shakur Stevenson, which brings us to our question of the day. All right, so our question of the day is, how do you as a boxing fan feel about Shakur Stevenson's move and signing with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing? Phone lines are now open. Feel free to hit us up at 213-543-4464. We want to know how you feel about Shakur Stevenson's move to Matchroom Boxing. All right, and with that being said, Shakur Stevenson's next fight has been announced.
Shakur Stevenson versus Joe Cordina has officially been announced.
Shakur Stevenson will defend his WBC World Lightweight Championship against former IBF Super Featherweight King Joe Cordina on October 12th in the co-main event of the upcoming Riyadh season spectacle in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, featuring Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Turki Al-Sheikh confirmed that the 27-year-old three-division world champion Shakur Stevenson will battle Cordina on the same night Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev contest for the undisputed light heavyweight championship of the world. A future showdown with the mandatory challenger, William Zepeda, awaits the winner of this contest. Shakur Stevenson is confident he will set up a mega fight with the undefeated Mexican. Joe Cordina will prepare for Shakur Stevenson with the new trainer when the two collide on the undercard of the undisputed light heavyweight showdown. Cordina, a two-time world champion, will now be training at the Ben Davison Performance Center with Barry Smith and Ben Davison. Cordina said he was looking for something new at the age of 32. The former IBF junior lightweight champion has joined a thriving gym that includes Anthony A.J. Joshua, Campbell Hatton, Moses Atuma, and Lee Wood. It was in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia when we last saw Joe Cordina, and he lost for the first time when he was knocked out by Anthony Kakasi. I think I'm saying his last name right. I think it's Kakasi. And that was at 130 pounds, and Shakur Stevenson is pulling Anthony Kakasi up to 135 pounds. So, I mean, we know, we see Shakur has just signed with Matchroom Boxing, and we know Eddie Hearn is going to give his fighter a showcase fight for his first bout, and it looks as if Joe Cordina is going to be the food for Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson will be making a quick turnaround into the ring because we last saw him not that long ago on July 6th when he won a decision over Artem Haratunian, a fight in which a lot of people were disappointed in Shakur Stevenson's performance. He has a WBC lightweight title obligation against William Zepeda. When I say he, I mean Shakur Stevenson. But that is now targeted for February of 2025. And in the meantime, Joe Cordina will look to bounce back in a big way after losing his IBF super featherweight title against Anthony Kakasi in May.
Bivol vs. Beterbiev full card. Here is a look at the full fight schedule for October 12th's Beterbiev vs. Bivol fight card. The night will start off with Muhammad Alakal taking on Jesus Gonzalez. Then the ladies will take to the ring as Sky Nicholson and Raven Chapman will make a little bit of history in Riyadh season, and Ben Whitaker will stand opposite of Liam Cameron. Jai Opetaia will make his return to the ring, and he will be facing Jack Massey. Fabio Wardley will have his rematch with Fraser Clark. Chris Eubank Jr. will be taking on Camille Zarametta, and Shakur Stevenson will stand opposite of the ring with Joe Cordina in the co-main event, and the main event will be Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol.
Yo, it's a decent card. You know, you got a lot of, you know, the main event is the main event, of course. You know, that co-main event, like I say, I think they're feeding Joe Cordina to Shakur Stevenson. But the main event, Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, we have been waiting to see this fight as boxing fans for a very long time. And I, for one, am very excited about this contest. But another, I'm excited to see Ben Whitaker in the ring. He's always very entertaining. I'm pretty sure he's the favorite in the contest and in Vegas, and will probably put on a show for the fans with this being such a big card. I'm also looking forward to the rematch between Fabio Wardley and Fraser Clark. That should be pretty interesting. The build up for the first fight was pretty good, and I expect this one to be the same. Another big fight on that undercard is going to be Sky Nicholson and Raven Chapman. You know, and what makes this fight so big, I'm looking forward to this fight as well. But this fight will be the first women's bout to grace a Riyadh season show. Australian Sky Nicholson is set for a dangerous mandatory defense of her WBC featherweight title versus England's Raven Chapman. The scheduled 10-round contest is set for October 12th on the undercard of Bivol vs. Beterbiev. Sky Nicholson will defend her WBC featherweight title against Raven Chapman. Nicholson will be rightly favored, but it's about as good a fight as there is for Sky right now. With both Nicholson and Raven Chapman, they're both undefeated. I believe Sky Nicholson is 11-0. Raven Chapman may be 9-0. So, I expect that fight to be a really good fight on the undercard. I can't wait till October 12th. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Hopefully everybody stays healthy and this fight card does come to fruition. Right now, we will have a quick message from Mr. Jeremy Zero Hill.
Yo, this is Jeremy Zero Hill. You're watching Rounds Boxing Club.
All right, so we'll get back to our question of the day, which is, how do you feel about Shakur Stevenson's move to ink the deal with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing? The phone lines are open here. The number is 213-543-4464. Hit us up. We do want to know your opinions on this subject matter. Eddie Hearn has already kind of released his opinion. Well, I'm not going to say opinion, but Eddie Hearn has released basically the program, the blueprint for what he has for Shakur Stevenson, the layout, the map, So, all of the back and forth about why Tank isn't fighting Shakur Stevenson or why Shakur isn't fighting Tank, you guys got to listen close. Eddie Hearn's telling you what is going on, and, I'll just let you guys listen. He's telling you exactly what they are planning to do with Shakur Stevenson's career.
What we do is we go Joe Cordina, William Zepeda, Gervonta Davis. For me, once we've done our work over that 6-month period, Gervonta Davis against Shakur Stevenson will be the biggest fight in boxing.
So, my thoughts on Shakur Stevenson moving to Matchroom Boxing. I like it. I think it's a good move. Eddie Hearn puts on good fights. He's not one of those promoters who's gonna, breastfeed his fighter too long. He'll nurture them one fight, maybe 2 fights. We just saw that with Boots' last victory over Avanesian. That was his first fight with Matchroom. We're getting the same thing here with Shakur Stevenson and Joe Cordina. Now, the competition will move up quickly for Shakur because, as you just heard Eddie Hearn state, after Shakur gets this victory over Joe Cordina, if he's successful, he will be taking on William Zepeda, who will be viable competition. And, after that, they're looking to make the fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. So, it's safe to say that this fight with Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson will not happen before the summer of next year. We're looking to have that fight, I'm thinking, late spring, early summer of 2025. That is just my opinion. I think it's a great move. Shout out to Eddie Hearn. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. Let's keep these big fights rolling. Yeah, those are my thoughts. So you know what time it is here at Rounds Boxing Club. We gotta put the hip in the hop. Floyd Mayweather, talk to him.
These hating ass niggas can't fuck with me. It's like 4 to the 5, 5 to the 6. Hating ass niggas all in my mix. It's like 6 to the 7, 7 to the 8. The 38 specialist set these niggas straight. It's like 8 to the 9, 9 to the 10. This a freestyle, I ain't use no pen. We getting money, yep. We hustling, yep. We got them guns, yep. We buy the bar, yep. We got them cars, yep. We poppin' tags, yep. We ballin', yep. I said we ballin', yep. We getting money, yep. We hustling, yep. We got them guns, yep. We buy the bar, yep. We got them cars, yep. We poppin' tags, yep. We ballin', yep. I said we ballin', yep. It's like King Kong. I'm like King Kong. I play bitch. my shit straight. Get your shit together. Real cocky, real flashy. You in the wrong lane, you can't pass me. They see the cars, they see the chips, they see the hoes, they on my dick. I make it storm, I make it rain.
All right. Later this week, I believe Diego Pacheco will be back in the ring this Saturday. Not sure if we're going live for that fight, but our predictions will be up early in the week. And now it's time to rock out before we clock out and shout out some of our subscribers. Big shout out to our new subscriber, Jack Let's Go 941. Major shout out to Mr. Theo. Big shout out to Mill City Boxing. Shout out Trish 9367. Shout out Combat Tech 504. Shout out Bliss Matthews. Shout out Salt T55. Shout out DBC Heavyweight Boxing. Shout out Ray B. Walker. Shout out Mr. Mechanical. Shout out Malcolm Xbox. Shout out the Gadfly Game. Shout out Jonah Falculon. And shout out to Mickey McDaniel. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the 13th round. And I'm your host, Coach Rounds. You know the drill. As always, like, subscribe, protect yourself at all times. We out. Peace.